The brutal beating death of Nicholas Wilcox is at the center of the case against defendant Eric Robinson. Prosecutors in Fort Lauderdale, Florida are alleging that the now 51-year-old beat his roommate to death after coming home and engaging in a fit of jealous rage after he discovered that the victim was having an affair with his then girlfriend, Isabella Tagliarini. Now, all three of these parties in this love triangle were living together at the time of the incident. And we just learned that defendant Eric Robinson is not going to be testifying. And so the jury has not been brought in yet, but a very weighty decision in a case like this one, because the victim is dead. We know the key witness in the case has a lot to gain by testifying for the prosecution here, and the defense is saying that she's the culprit. Let me bring in my guests, see what they think of that decision. Attorney Brian Silber and retired Deputy Inspector with the NYPD, Corey Pegues. Brian, let me go to you first on this one, please. You're licensed in Florida. This is where you practice. You have served as a prosecutor. You do criminal defense work. Your thoughts on convicted felon Eric Robinson deciding not to testify?
You know, this is one of the decisions of a trial that I get the most anxiety about as a trial lawyer, because there really are pros and cons. And this man's life, you know, weighs in the balance. He decided not to testify, and that tells me he's more risk averse than he is aggressive, and he knows what the cross would look like. They're going to ask him, isn't it true you went to court and parked your pickup truck in the garage next to this very building with a body in it? You know, imagine that cross. How's he going to answer that? But I think the jury's ultimate decision will come down to, you know, looking at him, looking at her and saying, who could really beat a human being to death with a pipe, and who would be motivated to do that? You know, certainly the jealous boyfriend fits that role. And as a man, you know, with strength, I mean, she appears to me to be a smaller woman. I haven't seen her in person, but she looks a little petite. I think it's much less plausible that she did it as opposed to him.
Brian Silber, you've got to go to work. You've got some court obligations. We have to let you go. We got to get in one of your trials in Florida. Watch you in action. That would be fantastic to see. Thank you kindly.